Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic Euler tour algorithm. Yep. So let's see what the definition part says here. Euler tour is a DFS based technique where each node in a tree is visited when entered and when exited. So this part is very important where each node in a tree is visited when entered and when exited twice actually producing the linear traversal that produces the linear traversal quite obviously. Yep. Now it helps convert the tree problems into array or range problems. What it does, it helps convert the tree problems into array or range problems. So let's see how the algorithm works here. First, what we'll do, we'll start the DFS from the root. So it is a DFS based technique. We have discussed this one in the definition part. It is a DFS based technique. So we'll be making use of the DFS strictly. So we will start DFS from the root. Yeah. So quite obviously we'll be starting from the root itself and we'll be starting the DFS from the root. Now when a node is first visited, we will record the entry time. When the first node is visited, first for every node, when we are this one visiting the node, we will be recording the entry time. And then we will traverse all the children recursively. So we will be going with the recursion. Then we will traverse all its children recursively. When returning back, we will record the exit time as well. Yeah, when returning back, so initially this one we have recorded the entry time. So when returning back, same thing, we will this one record the exit time as well. Yeah, so this is fine, I believe. When returning back, we'll record the exit time. So each node appears twice in the Euler tour. What happens? Each node appears twice in the Euler tour. Enter plus exit. Yeah. So each node appears twice in the Euler tour, enter plus exit. So the traversal is stored in the array, nothing but the Euler array. So if you didn't get everything, so it's fine. We will be articulating the same thing in the form of code and we will be try running the code accordingly with the example that we consider within the code. Not to worry for now. Yep. So now let's try to articulate the same thing in the form of code. Yep. So first, let's assign some global variables or let's consider certain things. Yeah. First, let's go with a global timer, right? So let me go with static here in t equals 0. So this is fine. Next, we have to go with the entry time, exit time, as well as the Euler array. So I'll just go with static. So this will be int. Let me go with in, out, as well as the Euler, right? So this is fine. Next, let's go with the adjacency list. So let me go with the static. So let me go with list. I'll just go with the integer. So this one has to be capital I. This has to show now. Not showing. Anyways, yeah, it's showing now. Integer. So let me mention the array. We have to actually. Yep. So I'll just go with the G. Nothing but this is the adjacency list. Yep. So now we are done with this part. Next, what shall we do? What shall we do? So within the main, not within the main actually. So yeah, within the main itself. Now first let's apply the DFS. This part. This part. We'll start DFS from the root. So we have to consider. Let's consider DFS method actually, helper method. I'll just go with the, because we have to perform the DFS, right? So I'll just go with the DFS. I need two parameters. One is U and another one is V, right? It's as simple as that. Yep. So this is fine. Now we have to record the entry time of node U. Yeah. So we have to record the entry time of the node U and then we have to add that particular node U to the Euler door. So let's do that. Yeah. So I'll just go with in of U. So let me assign this one to the T and also uh, we have to add that particular node U to the Euler door. So I'll just go with the Euler here. So let me increment the T. Yep. So I'll just assign this one to the U. It's simple. Now let's move on with the for loop. We have to traverse all the adjacent nodes. So I'll just go with for int V of G of U, this one G of U. So this is fine. So we have to avoid going back to the parent. Then we have to make the DFS call, right? So these two things we have to do, nothing but we have to recurse. DFS call is nothing but we have to recurse. So we have to avoid going back to the parent. So let me write the simple if condition. See, if V is equivalent to P, then we have to skip so that, so for that I'll just make use of the continue keyword that is provided by the Java. Then we will recurse, right? So we have to make the DFS call or we have to recurse. So I'll just go with DFS of V comma U. So finally, we have to add the u again after returning. For that, let me go with Euler here. So Euler, yeah. So within the array, let me increment the t and let me assign this one to the. So it's as simple as that. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now we have to record the exit time of node u. For that, I'll just go with the out of u we have considered, right? So let me assign this one to the t minus 1. Yep, so we are done with this part. Yeah, we are done with this part. So next what we will be doing. So this is it for the algo. This is it for the algo actually. Yeah, we are this one. We are performing the DFS, right? So we have written the DFS method. So we have written this part as well. So the only thing is now, mm, let's go with a simple example, man. Let's go with a simple example. So I'll just do one thing. Yeah, 1 second. So let me paste this one over here. So this is just related to the this one. What do we call input output part? Yeah. So this is just related to the input output part. So we don't have to worry about it. So this is fine. Next, let's move on with a further thing. So first, let's go with the number of nodes. Number of nodes, I'll just go with very simple example. Let me consider 3 for this particular algorithm. So now let's go with the adjacency list algorithm. So 3 because we'll be going with this particular tree, man. See, so we'll be going with this tree actually 0, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's as simple as that. We are going with a very simple example. Yep. Just pause the video and have a look into it. Yeah. Let me remove this one. Let's start. Uh, let's move on with the further things actually. Now, let's go with the adjacency list initialization. This is nothing but g equals new array list, this part. So this is fine of n plus 1. Yeah, of n plus 1. So this is simple. Now, let's go with a simple for loop here. This one is nothing but int I equals 1, I less than or equal to n. So let me go with I plus plus. Yeah. So this one g of I equivalent to new array list. So this is also fine. Yeah, we are done with this. But next, what we will be doing next, let's go with a graph. So I'll just go with g of 1. So this is fine. Let me go with add of 2. So this is also fine. Same thing. I'll just go with. So let me copy this one 4 times. Yeah, and make the necessary changes. So this one instead of g of 1, yeah, I'll just go with a 2. So this one, let me go with add 1. Next, let me go with g of 1 add of 3. Right. So then g of 3 add of 1. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Yep. So so this is nothing but edge 1 to 2 and edge 1 to 3. So as we have considered actually, see this one 0. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. So we have the edge from 1 to 2, this one, as well as we have the edge from 1 to 3. So this part is nothing but edge 1 to 2. Yeah. The next two, the last two is nothing but this one, 1 to 3. This represents 1 to 3. These edges actually. Yeah. So this is fine, I believe. Let me delete this one. Yeah. Now let's move on with the further things. Now let's go with the entry array, exit array, as well as the Euler tour size. Euler tour size is nothing but we'll be going with a 2 into n. Just remember this. Entry size, I'll just go with in equals new int of n plus 1. This is fine, I believe. It's as simple as that. Let me copy this one. Yeah. Let me paste this one twice. Yep. So let me change this one to out. So this is fine. Next, let me change this one to Euler. Next, let me change this one to the Euler. So this one will be n plus 1. So as I've set for the Euler tour size, so we will be going with a 2 into n. So let me go with a 2 into n. It's as simple as that. Yep. So this is fine. Yeah, we are done with this. But next, we have to start the DFS from root equals 1, right? Initially. Yep. So that for that, I'll just go with the DFS of 1, comma 0. It's as simple as that. We have successfully started the DFS from the root equals 1. So this is fine. We are done with this part. Next, let's move on with the further things. Yep. So let's do one thing now. And let me copy this one. This is just for the interactiveness. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. So see here, we are just going with a Euler door and for loop and Euler of I and this one, initial one, original one. Yeah, I have just left the space. So this is entry time and this is exit time. Yeah, we are recording entry time as well as the exit time. So that I wanted to show. So it will be interactive, right? So just for the interactiveness, we have considered this one. Original one, initial one, original one or the initial one, entry time as well as the exit time. Then flush, we are making use of the flush here because we have went with a print writer. Yeah. So I can just go with the out here. No need of out W. Anyways, I have to change everywhere, man. Anyways, let me go with out W. So this is fine. Yep. So this is it for the code. This is it for the code. We are just going with a simple example, as I've said. Yep. 1, 2, 3. So I have shown you the tree already. Yep. So this is fine. I hope we do not have any error. Yeah. I hope we do not have any error. Let's do one thing. Before running the code, let's try run the code so that we get to know whatever the code that we have written is correct or not. Along with that, we get to know the output for the code that we have written. I mean, for the example that we have considered within the code, right? So we get to know the output for that. Yep. So let's dry run. Then later we can come back here and run the code that we have written. First, let's dry run the code. So let's go with a dry run for the same this one example that we have considered within the code. So we are going with the same tree, right? So 1, 2, 3. Yep. So this is fine. First, we have performed DFS within the code, right? So I'll just go with the DFS here. So just give me a second here. Yeah. So first DFS starts from the node 1. DFS starts from the node 1. First step, what happens? So we will enter 1, this one. Yeah. So I'll just write here, enter 1 as per the code that we have written. So Euler array, whatever we have considered within the main method, so that becomes 1. Yeah. So we have entered 1. So Euler 1. So then we will go to 2. So this part, then we will go to 2 as we are performing the DFS, right? So let me write here, go to 2. Yep. So this is fine. It's simple. Now this is simple. Now what we will do, we will enter 2. So when we enter 2, so let me write here. So we have went to 2. So now we enter 2. Euler becomes consists of the two nodes, nothing but here now. This time it is 1, 2. It's as simple as that. This one as well as this one. Yep. So this is fine. Right. So 2 has no children. Yeah. 2 has no children. Yep. So this is fine. 2 has no children. So we'll return, in the sense we'll exit. To exit from there, we have written the return keyword within the code. Now this is fine. Now we will add to exit. Yeah. So we will add this one, 2. Yeah. So add. So let me write here, to exit. Yeah. So now what happens? Euler consists of 3 elements. Now nothing but this one, to exit, because entry as well as the exit record time. We are going with the entry as well as the exit time. Yeah. So 2 we have entered, we have marked the exit time as well. So now this becomes 1, 2 as well as the 1. 1, 2 as well as the 1. Yep. So now what we'll do, we'll go to 3. Now we will go to 3. Yep. So I'll just write here, go to 3. Next step. Yep. So now we will enter 3. Similar to this one, first step, we will enter 3. Yeah. So as we are performing DFS, actually, we'll enter 3. So now Euler, so this becomes actually 1, 2, 1 as well as the 3. So this part, 1, 2, 1 as well as the 3. So we do not have any children for 3. This part, we do not have any children for the 3. So I'll just write here, no children. So let me write here, no children. So what we will do, no children. So we'll return again. Yeah. So we'll return again. Yep. So we'll add 3. This time what we'll do, we'll add 3. Yep. So we'll add 3 to the exit. This time we'll add, previously we had added 3, as we are going with the entry time as well as the exit time. So this time the array becomes, so this one, Euler array becomes, so let me write this one down. Euler array will be 1, 2, 1. We have added 3 to the exit. So this one again 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. Yep. So final Euler tour is nothing but yeah, I'll just write here, final. So this one becomes, let me write here, Euler tour. So this becomes actually 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. So this one, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. So what is the entry that we have recorded here? So accordingly with the dry run, so entry is nothing but, so 1 to 0 initially, 1 to 0. So this one we are going with from the initial steps that we are considering entry and exit. 1 to 0, then 2 to 1, then 2 to 1, then finally 3 to 3. Yeah, 3 to 3. So this is the entry point, actually, entry record time. Yeah, sorry. Now the exit. Exit. So exit, what we will do? So we will go with 1 to 4. Yeah, we'll go with 1 to 4. Then we have went with a 2 to 1. 2 to 1, that exit also we have marked. So this one is nothing but 2 to 1 itself. Yeah, then 3 to 1. Yeah, so this is also 3 to 3, sorry. Yeah, exit 3 to 3. So this is also one of the exit points. So yeah, exit record time. So 1 to 0, 2 to 1, 3 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 1, as well as 3 to 3. So this is entry and this is exit. Yeah, accordingly with the code that we have written. So this is what we have got. So output we have to get the same thing. Output we have to get the same thing as we are going with the Euler. So we get both entry as well as the exit record. Yep. So this is the output that we need to get. Euler to nothing but 1 to 1, 3, 1. Yep. Entry and the exit. So we have already discussed this one. So this is it for the dry run, man. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that for the example that we have considered this one. Yep. So now you can just pause the video and have a look into it. Just pause the video and have a look into it. Yeah. So again. Yep. Yeah. Now. Yep. So now we are done with this part. So now let's go to the coding part and let's run the code that we have written. Yeah, let's do that. So let me come here. So I'll do one thing. Let me run the code, man. So I'll just come here and let me run the code. So let's wait for some time. Let's wait for some time. So here, Euler tour, we got 12131 during the dry run. We just dry run the code, right? So we got the same output 12131. Entry time, we got same thing 1 to 0, 2 to 1, 3 to 3. Exit time 1 to 4, 2 to 1, as well as 3 to 3. So we have got the desired output. Let me enlarge this one so that we can see this one clearly. Yeah. So this is the Euler tour entry time as well as the exit time. We have already discussed this one. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. We are getting the desired output. So now we are left with only one thing, man, nothing but this one. Uh, Complexities, actually complexities for the code that we have written. Let's discuss the time complexity as well as the space complexity for the code that we have written. So what will be the time complexity here? The time complexity would lead to big of n. So each node will be visited exactly once, twice actually, entry as well as the exit, right? So overall time complexity would lead to big of n. And what would be the space complexity? Space complexity would lead to big of n as well. Yeah. In the worst case, we have to store all the nodes. Yep. So the space complexity would lead to big of n. The time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of n and big of n respectively, right? So now we are done with this part. So what we are left with mainly, we are not left with anything. So this is it for the Euler tour algorithm. Yep. So this is it for the Euler tour algorithm. Next, we will be discussing on the topic binary search tree algo, right? Next, we'll be discussing on the topic binary search tree algorithm. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.